Papa, thought boundaries. How to stop mental spirals by training your mind to stay in its lane. A mental spiral isn't just thinking too much, it's a loop. Your subconscious has practiced so often that it runs like autopilot. Trigger, story, emotion, body tension, more story, urgency, compulsion, regret, proof that you can't stop. And once it starts, it feels like you have two bad options: keep spiraling and suffer, force positivity and fail. Thought boundaries give you a third option. You don't fight the thought. You set a boundary around it. You treat the thought like a loud neighbor, not a boss. That is a core subconscious upgrade, because your subconscious learns fastest from what you repeat under pressure, and spirals are pressure. So when you learn to interrupt spirals consistently, your subconscious rewires from stress means I spin out to stress means I return. That becomes identity. That becomes peace. That becomes a different life. Munda, the core concept. A thought is not a command. Your mind produces thoughts the way lungs produce breath. Some are useful, some are random, some are old fear programs dressed up as logic. A spiral happens when a thought gets mistaken for a command. I need to figure this out right now. I must replay this. I have to check. I have to solve every angle. I can't relax until I'm certain. Those are not truths. They are pressure thoughts. Thought boundaries teach your subconscious this new rule. I'm allowed to decline a thought, not suppress it, not argue it. Decline it, just like you can decline a phone call. 2. Why spirals feel so convincing. Spirals trick you because they offer a short-term reward. Certainty, control, relief, avoidance. Your subconscious isn't spiraling because it hates you. It's spiraling because it learned. If I think hard enough, I'll be safe. So you don't need to shame yourself. You need to retrain the system. If I return to calm and take one step, I'm safe. That's the new loop. 3. The spiral cycle. Spirals usually follow a predictable pattern. 1. Spark, a trigger. 2. Hook thought. What if? Why did they? I should have. What if this never? 3. Body shift. Chest tightens, jaw clenches, breath gets shallow. Urgency. Figure it out now. 5. Compulsion. Check phone, rehearse conversations, research obsessively, mentally time travel. 6. Aftertaste. Tired, behind, frustrated, sometimes ashamed. 7. Proof. See, my mind is out of control. Thought boundaries aim at step 2 and 3. The first 3 seconds, because the earlier you intervene, the less force you need. The 3-second rule: if you catch a spiral within the first 3 seconds, one small boundary often stops it. If you catch it at minute 30, you'll need a bigger reset. So the skill is not never spiral. The skill is catch sooner. 4. The boundary method. C.L.O.S.E, the loop. Here's your core tool, simple enough to use in real life. C. Catch the spiral cue. L. Label it. O. Out breath. S. Set the boundary. E. Engage a tiny next step. This is subconscious programming because it changes what happens after the trigger. Let's break it down. C. Catch common spiral cues. Rereading a text or email repeatedly, mentally rehearsing a future conversation, suddenly feeling behind for no clear reason, opening 12 tabs to research something you don't need today, replaying a memory with a tight chest, checking stats notifications to soothe anxiety, thinking, I need to fix my whole life today. Your job: notice the moment it starts, not with panic, with curiosity. There it is. L. Label. Labeling is powerful because it shifts you from inside the thought to observing the thought. Use one label. Spiral. Old alarm. Future tripping. Rehearsal loop. Urgency story. Certainty addiction. You're not saying the concern is fake, you're saying the pattern is familiar, and familiarity is editable. O, out breath. Do one slow exhale. That's it. Relax jaw, drop shoulders. Why? Because your subconscious won't accept boundaries if your body is screaming danger. That exhale is you telling your nervous system, stand down, I'm driving. S. Set the boundary. A boundary phrase is short and calm. Not dramatic, not angry, not a debate. Pick one of these. Not useful. Later. I'm not doing that right now. Thanks, mind. Cancel. That's a problem for scheduled time. Say it like you're closing a browser tab, because you are. The key, you don't need to win the argument, you just need to end the engagement. E. Engage a tiny next step. Your subconscious believes what you do next, so after the boundary phrase, do a tiny action that matches your new identity. Options. 2 minutes on your next right step. Stand up and take 10 slow steps. Drink water slowly. Write one sentence in your project. Tidy one tiny area. Put phone face down and open one work tab. Write the worry on paper and park it. This tells the subconscious, spiral doesn't run me, I choose the next step. That is the new normal in training. The most important part, you must give your spiral a place to go. If you just say stop, the subconscious panics, but I'm trying to keep us safe. So you give it structure. Here are 3 places to go that work extremely well. A. The hot worry parking lot. Keep a small note titled parking lot. When a spiral thought hits, write one line, worry, okay? Write one line, next step, then return to your task. This tells your brain, I'm not ignoring you, I'm scheduling you. Scheduling is calming. B. The gay worry window. Pick one daily window where you're allowed to think the worries. Outside the window, your boundary phrase becomes later worry window. This trains the subconscious that worry isn't forbidden, it's contained. C. The back question upgrade. Spirals ask huge questions. What if everything goes wrong? Upgrade to a usable question. What is the next right step? What would make this 1% better? What's the smallest action that reduces uncertainty? Your subconscious calms down when the question becomes actionable. 6. The spiral types. Not all spirals are the same. Here are the most common ones and the best boundaries for each. Type 1. The future spiral. What if, what if? Best boundary. Not useful. Later. Best redirect. 2 minutes on the next right step. What do I control today? Type 2. The whack regret spiral. I should have. Why did I ruined. Best boundary. Old file. Revision later. Best redirect. What is the lesson? Do one dignity action #tag type 3. The people spiral. What did they mean? Are they mad? Should I respond? Best boundary. No mind reading. I respond from calm. Best redirect. Delay response by 20 minutes. Draft message without sending. One slow exhale. Plus, kind and clear. Mar, type 4. The I research spiral. One more video, one more article, one more comparison. Best boundary. Build first, research later. Best redirect. Do 10 minutes of creation before consuming. Close tabs except one. Type 5. The San, perfection spiral. It has to be perfect or it's pointless. Best boundary. Good enough ships. Best redirect. Make a messy draft on purpose. Publish a version 1. Your subconscious learns through reps. Done beats perfect. Measure 7. The two truths that stop spirals faster than almost anything. When a spiral starts, remind yourself of these two truths. Truth counties 1. A thought can feel urgent and still be optional. Urgency is a sensation, not a mandate. Truth 2. Clarity comes from calm plus action, not panic plus rumination. You think you're solving, you're often spinning. When you practice these truths repeatedly, your subconscious begins to trust calm. Right? A simple identity script that makes thought boundaries stick. Here's a one sentence identity script built specifically for this work, believable and strong. How. When my mind tries to spiral, I set a calm boundary and return to the next right step. Read it morning and night for 14 days, not like a hype chant, like a quiet decision. Identity scripts work best when they describe what you do, not what you feel. 9. A 10-second end scene that trains your subconscious to expect calm control. Here's a short mental clip to replay at night. You feel a spiral starting, your chest tightens for a second, then you exhale, whisper later, and calmly write one line in your parking lot. You turn back to your work, steady and focused, and you feel proud because you stayed in charge. That's 10 seconds. Loop it 10 times as you fall asleep. Your subconscious learns through rehearsal. This is what we do now. 10. 3 micro rep reminders. These are quick reps that train thought boundaries into daily life. Micro rep 1. Hands off, exhale, label. Trigger. The moment you reach for your phone or open a new tab from anxiety. Do. Take your hand off the device. 1 slow exhale. Label. Spiral. Then, choose one intentional action. This trains you to stop compulsive soothing and return to power. Micro rep 2. Not useful next step. Trigger. What if, or I'm behind hits. Do. Say, not useful. Ask, next right step. Then do 2 minutes of it. This turns fear into motion without drama. Micro rep. 3. Build before evaluate. Trigger. Urge to check stats, responses, sales, views, comments. Do. Say, build first. Set a timer, 10 minutes creation. Then, check later only once. This keeps your nervous system from depending on external reassurance. Matter 11. What to do when the spiral is already big. Sometimes you catch it late. That's okay. Use a bigger boundary. The 90-second reset. 1. Stand up. 2. Exhale slowly. 3 times. 3. Look around and name 5 objects. 4. Say, I can think about this later. 5. Do one tiny step. This tells your nervous system, we are here now. Spirals feed on time travel. Grounding breaks the spell. 12. The no debate rule. Boundaries fail when you debate the thought. Example. Thought, but what if this goes wrong? You, no it won't. Thought, yes it will. You, no it won't. That's still engagement. That's still a loop. Boundaries work when you refuse to argue. You treat the thought like spam. Mark it, delete it, return to your work. Your brain learns, this thought no longer gets my energy. Energy is reinforcement. Remove reinforcement, weaken the habit. 13. The subconscious reason this changes your life. Here's what you're really training beneath the surface. You are training self-trust. Because each time you set a boundary, you prove, I can lead myself. I don't have to obey panic. I can choose my focus. Self-trust becomes calm. Calm becomes better decisions. Better decisions become a better life. This is not a small skill. It's a master skill. And 14. A 14-day training plan. If you do this for 2 weeks, you will feel a real shift. Days 1 to 3. Choose your boundary phrase, plus start the parking lot. Pick one phrase, later, or not useful. Use it every time. Start the parking lot note. Goal, catch 1 spiral per day. Days 4 to 7. Add the 2-minute next step rule. Every time you set a boundary, you do. 2 minutes next right step. Goal. Build the boundary, action, connection. Hashgar days 8 to 10. Add, build before evaluate. Choose one area you evaluate too much. Make a rule. 10 minutes build first. Goal. Reduce reassurance dependence. Days 11 to 14. Practice inside a real trigger. Pick one recurring trigger. Sitting down to work. Checking money. Responding to someone difficult. Posting content. Practice. C.L.O.S.E. In that moment. Goal. Rewire where it matters most. 15. The proof ledger that makes your subconscious accept the new identity. Each night, write 3 short lines. 1. Spiral trigger was. 2. Boundary I used. 3. Proof action I took. Why? Example. Trigger. Urge to check messages. Boundary. Build first. Proof. Wrote 5 lines and finished a draft. This is how your subconscious stops saying, I can't stop spiraling. You now have receipts. I did stop. Evidence is what changes self-concept. 16. A few powerful boundary scripts for common moments. Use these as plug and play. When you're spiraling about money, I handle money calmly, one step at a time. Next step, check one number, plan one action, stop. When you're spiraling about what someone thinks, no mind reading. Next step, wait 20 minutes, respond kindly and clearly if needed. When you're spiraling about being behind is a feeling, not a fact. Next step, choose one small task that moves the needle. When you're spiraling about content perfection, version 1 is allowed. Next step, draft ugly on purpose for 10 minutes. The quiet secret, spirals shrink when your life has simple structure. Spirals love open space and vague plans. If you want fewer spirals, create a tiny daily structure. One main focus, one next step, one finish line. Your subconscious calms down when it knows what to do next, and what to do next is exactly what spirals steal from you. So, you take it back. The bottom line, thought boundaries are how you reprogram the subconscious from the inside. You stop treating thoughts as commands. You stop rewarding panic with attention. You stop rehearsing worst cases as if they're jobs. You return again and again to calm and the next right step. And when you repeat that loop, your subconscious learns something life-changing. I am safe with myself. I am led by myself. I can trust myself. That is the foundation of success. Whether you're building a calmer mind, more consistent creativity, better money decisions, healthier relationships, or a life that feels like yours again. Your full starter kit in one place. Identity script. When my mind tries to spiral, I set a calm boundary and return to the next right step. Boundary phrase. Later, or not useful. 10-second end scene. Spiral starts. Exhale. Later. Parking lot line. Return to work. Calm pride. 3 micro reps. 1. Hands off. Exhale. Label. 2. Not useful. Next step. 3. Build before evaluate.